I also appreciate so very much the Scottish court has made a decision and convicted a member of the Libyan intelligence service for the 1988 bombing of Pan Am 103. I appreciate the work of the United States government team, which contributed to this guilty verdict. Nothing can change the suffering and loss of this terrible act, but I hope the families do find some solace that a guilty verdict was rendered. I want to assure the families and victims the United States government will continue to pressure Libya to accept responsibility for this act and to compensate the families. I was pleased to see the CBO numbers. I think it helps further the case that there is...
He was a full major journalism and political science. So he would have been intelligent.
And these two guys did it under orders of Gaddafi, we believe, and the families believe. So it's a half measure, but it's very important to them. Had this not happened, it would have been a tremendous setback. The civil trial, much like O.J. Simpson, will be different. It's a different burden of proof. It's a much less burden of proof, in addition to which it brings in more people. It brings in what we think are the Libyan leaders who were behind this whole thing.
We have achieved partial justice with respect to the criminal case, but we've only scratched the surface. There are unindicted co-conspirators who have not been pursued. We would pursue them civilly. And what the families want to know more than anything is the absolute truth. Why did their sons and daughters and brothers and sisters and parents die? We know part of it, but we hope that the civil case will bring that out.
Where are you from?
Cherry Hill, New Jersey. One of the things the family members would have loved to see is for him to say, I did it and I'm sorry. But that's not going to happen. This guy's a professional. And he's not going to admit he did it. He's not going to implicate anybody. He'll serve his time and his family will be well taken care of.
We expected that it would be under Scottish law, which does not have capital punishment. So we're not vengeful, just justice is what we want. And now, and we're going to hang in there because we're going after Gaddafi now. We want the sanctions to continue unilaterally with the United States, and we want the United States State Department and President Bush to go after the international community to reassign the sanctions.
For the actions of Libyan officials, can you...
As we've said all along, the government of Libya must take responsibility for the actions of Libyan officials. That means revealing everything they know about the Lockerbie bombing, paying reparations, a clear declaration acknowledging responsibility for the actions of the Libyan officials, and clear, unambiguous actions which demonstrate the Libyan government understands this responsibility. I'd note also that the United States maintains unilateral sanctions on Libya that predate the bombing of Pan Am 103. The sanctions will remain in effect even if UN sanctions were lifted and or reviewed.
I thought we had something coming up on Lockerbie later. Go ahead.
Okay.